Oh my goodness. All right. Welcome to Beyond the Spread. I am Bryce. This is Beyond the Spread. We're live, we're recording. We just watched the national championship game. Congrats to the Florida Gators. I mean, what a hell of a game. What a hell of a freaking game. I mean, the first half it was ugly. The first 5-7 minutes it was just pure jitters, nothing but nerves going on between Houston and Florida. 0 for 12 from 3 after like the first 10 minutes, and then what's his name, Richards for Florida hits a 3 in the corner. It's like, okay, everyone finally loosens up. Like, you see a shot go down. I mean, it was ugly in the first half. It was rock fight, how they were saying on the broadcast. They were getting into their offense. Houston was controlling Florida. Florida didn't know what they were doing. Seriously, Florida did not know. It did not know. Florida didn't know what they were doing. That first half, they were like, we're just going to play with Houston on their terms and all this kind of stuff. We're going to be not as aggressive. We're not going to play our style of game, which has proven right the entire tournament. That's why they're here throughout the entire season. That's why they're here. Finally. So you go into halftime, you're like, okay, like I was rooting for Florida. I had money on Florida. It was all those kinds of things. You go out there and it's like, okay, like you can see Florida starting to get a little bit of rhythm, but it's still a 10, 12 point lead for Houston. 5 minutes into it. I mean, 5 minutes in, and then you go down, and you go down 12, you come back, you can feel the momentum starting to swift. You can feel it. I'm watching it, and if you're watching the game like I am, you're intently watching this game, and you're just like, oh, Florida's taking over right now, and they did, and they definitely did. They get their buckets here and there, but Florida just goes on this run. It was, I think they said, an extended run of a 21-9 run. It was crazy. Shout out Florida. Shout out Houston. I mean, but the ending, you make the free throws. You get the ball. Sharp kicks it out. He's dribbling down. They got a set play. He kicks it out on his knee. Florida ball the other way. They go hit their free throws. You come back. I respect Calvin Sampson for making this move, for going for the win. They had a play drawn up. Cryer comes off the top of the two screens. He comes back. They do a pin down screen for Sharp. And I mean, Walter Clayton, you can say you can say that he had a terrible first half, which he did. He did not play offensively nearly as good as he has in the entire tournament. But man, those last 7 minutes, he got an and one, he got a layup, he got another and one, he hit 1-3. It's like, oh, okay, like he's fine. He's just not getting open looks. I mean, shout out Houston too. They played phenomenal defense on him. But they do the pin down screen. Cryer's coming off the ball. Pin down screen for Sharp. He gets a look. It's just a hair. It's either a hair too late for Sharp, or Walter Clayton makes the perfect read, which I think he did. I think he makes the perfect read. He sees Sharp go out there. He leaves his feet so early, gets up. Sharp's like, I'm not even going to get this around him, over the top of him, drops it, tries to box Walter Clayton out. Someone grab the ball, put a shot up, whatever you can do. But they didn't. And shout out Florida. Shout out Florida. I mean, defense wins championships. I did have Florida in this game. I had the over a 140.5. Let's see. I don't even know what it was. 120, 128. So I went 1 for 1 tonight. No big deal. Last week I went 4-0 in my picks. No big deal. But shout out Florida. I mean, you play a very, very mediocre first half for comparatively to Florida, the way they've played this entire tournament. And Houston's been this team the entire tournament. This entire year, excuse me. They've been this way the entire year. Control the ball, go get a good play set up, get Roberts the ball, get Cryer the ball. Sharp's going to be open to shoot the ball. I mean, I think one of the biggest X factors for Houston tonight was Francis, the guy off the bench, they said he's like 6'9", but has a 7-foot wingspan, which is fucking crazy. Arms are hanging so low, he doesn't even know what to do with them. What do I do with my hands? Ricky Bobby. I mean, Condon had an okay game. He had 3 travels in a row. It was ugly. And then he can't finish a layup to save his life. The dude has no touch around the rim. If he wasn't 7 foot, I don't understand when you put your arms up and you're 7 foot and you're at the rim. How do you not just finger roll it in or go off the? I mean, I get it. There's big guys around you. Pause. But you go around. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just put the ball in. Just put the ball in the hoop. You just have to drop it in there. You don't have to jump very high. Whatever. But Clayton, not his best game. Defensively, that you can look at the end of the game and that is his set right there. That is what he did all night. When he wasn't getting shots up, when he couldn't get open, when he wasn't making shots, he was still on the defensive end locked in, which you fucking respect as a player. And then, I mean, literally the end of the play, if he doesn't make that play, if he's a half a second late, who knows if that shot goes in. I mean, it was chaos the last 10 minutes. I'm going to be honest with you. And that's how I felt. I was on the edge of my seat watching. I was like, Houston, where is this going? Where is this going? And it seems like they can't score more than 67 points. Like, they are stuck in that range. Where do they ever score over 75? I mean, Florida scored 67. They could fuck around and score 100 if they wanted. It just feel like Houston ran out of stuff at the very end. It's not they ran out of juice, but they ran out of their good stuff. You know, it's not they wasted in the first half, but they didn't have the oomph. You know, they didn't have the oomph to get them over the top. Florida never say die attitude. That's what they had. They had a never say die attitude. They were going 24/7. They all believed that they were still in it. I didn't. That first half, I was like, if this is the way it's going to be, Houston's going to dominate them all night on the boards, getting offensive rebounds, getting easy post plays. They made a lot of layups. Florida couldn't make shit in that first half. Florida was losing this game in my mind for probably 27 minutes. I would say even close to 30 minutes. They just hung around until the last 10 minutes, and then they're like, oh, we have this figured out. Like, that's what it literally was like that. They're like, we're going to ball pressure you, and you're not going to get into the lanes at all, and we're going to force you to throw over the top of us, and that's it. Like, that is that. It was like that, too. It was like, oh, you saw it almost unanimously that they all started to sync up, like, hey, ball pressure up at the top, make them force over you. If it's going to be a tough shot, it's going to be a tough shot. Like, if it goes in, it goes in. But my goodness, it was impressive to watch that ending game. And Clayton, I mean, Buddy had back-to-back 30-point games. You come in, you're expecting somewhat of something. You know he even knows that he's going to get double-teamed the entire way. But then it's like, oh, he can do everything. Like, he can do it all. He can pass, he can dish, he can do it all. But that defensive play at the end, that's it. Maybe that shot goes in by Sharp. Maybe that shot goes in. We'll never know. Because he read that motherfucker so quick that he left his feet 2 feet early and got up above Sharp's hand. It was crazy. Shout out to them. Shout out Florida. Congrats to Florida. Houston, I mean, looking at it, you feel bad for Sharp. You feel bad for Kelvin Sampson, for Cryer, for Roberts, just because they're all seniors and they've been through this enough times where they're like, oh, dude, we got this in the bag. Like, we feel, maybe not in the bag, but like, we feel great. This is our time now, all that kind of stuff. So you kind of feel bad because I think Kelvin Sampson is a great coach. I really do. I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's an unappreciated take. Everyone, if you're watching college basketball, he's one of the best in the game to do it right now. If not the best, you can make an argument just the way they've dominated when they were in the Big 12 and now the Big 10 or whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know. Or they were in the AAC or something like that. I don't know. I'm still in fucking shock the way that game ended. So yeah. Shout out them, but you feel like you just gotta let it fly. Like Sharp, you see him in the air. I know it's just catch and shoot time, but like pump side go up. I don't know. You had the right idea. Don't think about it. Just catch and shoot it. But that boy was in the air when you were on the way up. You feel bad for him. You see Kelvin Sampson's reaction right after he's just in shock. He's like, how did you not? I bet you he's just like, he feels bad because Kelvin Sampson is a great coach, and he's a man of God, all that kind of stuff. So it's like he sees it. He's not gonna tear you a new one because it's literally the last game, and it's like these guys are seniors, all this kind of shit. They've been down these roads. This was the time. This was the place. You just got to get the shot off. That at the end of the day, I think you have to get that shot off. That there's just no way around it. Whether that's taking a sidestep, pump faking, I mean, going over the top of him, throwing over his top, going into him, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how you do it. I mean, the clock didn't run out until he literally had time for someone else to touch it, and then a Florida guy dove on it. So there was like 3 or 4 seconds. So I think he could have pump faked and sidestepped or gone into him or given a go kind of thing, got a quick one off. I don't know, but if you live in the ifs and wins or fairy tale land, you'll never do shit. So, congrats to Florida. I can't go any further without mentioning the collapse of Duke that happened. Shout out Florida. They beat Auburn. It was a very impressive win. They dominated them almost the entire game. Janai Broom had a good game. I don't know. But the way that Duke collapsed, I just have to get into this. I'm not trying to take the spotlight away from Florida winning the national championship. Congrats to Florida. Moment of silence. The way Duke collapsed. I know this is old take. Not even old take. I know I'm outdated. This happened 2 days ago, whatever. The collapse by Duke was... It was otherworldly. It was absolutely otherworldly. You're dominating literally the entire game on Houston. Literally the entire game. And you can't get at the end of the game. Sure, it's an over-the-back call. It wasn't egregious over the back. Are you making that in that kind of situation? 9 times out of 10, probably not. But he got called for the one, Cooper Flag. I'm not a Duke apologist. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it was wrong. I mean, it was a small over the back. It wasn't like he was over his head. He was just reaching his arm out there. Sorry, he's 6'9", has a wingspan of 6'9". He can reach for that ball. But that's not the play that changed everything. In my mind, that is not it. It's getting the ball in bounds. I mean, you have a play set up, doesn't work. You call timeout. You set up another play, doesn't work. Houston tips it. They kick it out, hits a 3, or gets a rebound. One of the two. Duke had that game literally gifted to them, and they just said, no, fuck this. We don't want to be in the championship. Got rid of it. That's the way Duke treated that game. I mean, I know that's not the way they're visioning it, but my God, get the ball in bounds. Just get the ball in bounds. That's all I'm asking. Just get the ball in bounds. It doesn't seem that hard. I get it. You want to get it to the right guy. You're looking at this read. You're looking at the way this guy's positioned, this leverage, all that kind of stuff. You got to make the right crisp pass. I get all that stuff. But you get the ball in finally, and Proctor gets the ball up the court, halfway court. Would you look at the frame to the left, sir? Look at that there. Proctor has a 50-ish% free throw percentage. He's like, fuck it, I got it. I'll put the team on my back. You look to the left on the other side of the court. Cooper Flag, 84% free throw per shooter. Let's pass it to him. He doesn't. If he passes it to him, I think Duke's in the championship tonight, and maybe they're losing to Florida, but they're in the championship. Proctor misses the free throw. Houston goes and scores. The collapse of Duke and it's like one of those things, just one of those ugly things where you have to like hold your eyes open and you're like, I can't turn away from this because how bad this basketball is at this moment. I think Duke is really good. I'm a John Shire fan. I'm not really a Duke hater. I'm not really a Duke supporter either. I'm kind of in the middle somewhere. Was it nice to kind of see Duke lose? Yeah, but I'm a John Shire fan at the moment. I'm a Cooper Flag fan. He won AP Player of the Year at 18 years old. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're about to make a bang. You're about to make a fucking bag. You're about to get paid. You, sir, are about to get paid. But the meltdown by Duke, absolutely crazy. And Walter Clayton against Auburn. I have that written down. Walter Clayton against Auburn. fucking shit on them. How about you just hang your nuts out one time, okay? Just let them droop down there and be like, hey, I'm Walter Clayton. I just scored back-to-back 30-point games. First one to do it since Larry Bird in, 87? I'm him. And then you come out of the championship game, don't play the best, but you made a great defensive play because you know what? You know what champions do? They stay locked in. He stayed locked in offensively and defensively. You got to do that. My MVP for Florida. If I were to give you an MVP, not through the entire tournament, for this game only. Do you want to know who it is? Aberdeen. Do you know why it's Aberdeen? Clayton goes off the bench, clears his head. Coach is like, hey, take a few minutes off. We're going to put Aberdeen. Maybe you can fit in if Aberdeen starts playing well. Aberdeen starts hooping. He absolutely starts hooping. He has, 8 points in the first 5 minutes he's on the court? I mean, buddy drove the lane twice, pump fake twice, got 2 buckets easy. And it's like, why the fuck is this guy not playing? Clayton's fucked up right now. I mean, why is Aberdeen not doing anything, I don't know. But Aberdeen's my MVP for Florida. Then you see Clayton come back in, and you're like, oh, he can mix in with them. Obviously, it turns into more of the Clayton show, which rightfully so. But Aberdeen, I think that's the spark. Now, Richards kept them in the game in the first half. If he had, 15? He averages 14 in a game. He had 15 in the first half. I mean, he's also probably the MVP of the first half. But Aberdeen's, I think, the overall, because you get that spark for him off the bench. That's why they won. In my humble eyes, obviously they made plays, they made defensive stops, all this kind of stuff. But Aberdeen sparked it. Aberdeen sparked that run to go and finish the job. That's how I view that. But yeah. Other than that, shout out Florida. That's my rant right there for the Houston Florida game. Duke fell apart. I mean, Florida rolled through Auburn. Clayton had 30. On to the next. Shout out Alex Ovechkin. I mean, it's one of those records. Alex Ovechkin passed Wayne Gretzky as the all-time goal scorer in the NHL. Shout out Ovi. Shout out Alex Ovechkin. And all the videos that came out after of him just slamming beers or having beers ready, all that kind of stuff. He walks into the restaurant in D.C. and he gets 2 beers handed to him he's just like a normal person. Like, he's a normal guy. Just that's his restaurant that he goes to. He's always there. He's like, oh, Ovechkin's here? Give him 2 beers. 895 goals. That is crazy. That is one of those records where, I'm not a hockey historian. I don't claim to be a hockey guy. I'm an Avs fan. But thinking about it, you're like, it's Wayne Gretzky, the great one, He's gonna, it's one of those things you just don't touch. You get kind of close to it. You'll be within 30, and then you'll kind of fall off the map. Ovi fucking pushed through. I mean, buddy broke his leg. Buddy been in and out of the lineup for the last couple of years. It's impressive. It's absolutely impressive. Shout out Alex Ovechkin, all-time goal scorer, 895 goals. I mean, again, in my mind, I'm not a hockey guy, but it's I don't see anyone touching Steph Curry's three-point shooting record by the time he retires. I don't see that ever being broken. That's kind of how I view this record. It got closer to it. It's like last year he's within 40 or something like that. It's okay, yeah, maybe he can do it in a year or two. I don't know how much time he has left. Motherfucker did it this year. That's crazy. And they're a good team apparently. Apparently the Capitals are that good. They're actually a decent team. It'd be amazing. It'd be a hell of a season if you break the record of all-time goal scorer and you win the cup in the same year. That'd be a hell of a year. Talk about a fucking great year. That's crazy. Shout out Ovechkin. Shout out Ovi. UConn women smacked South Carolina. Gene, I forgot his last name, Coach Gene on UConn. He's got his 12th title. I mean, that's been a dynasty, but now he's just bragging and he's adding extra for more fun. Paige Buckets had a good game. Yeah, I knew South Carolina's been good the last few years, but man, UConn women smacked them by 30. By 30. That's crazy. Or it was 27, but still, it feels like 30. I want to get into some golf talk, but we're gonna go to NBA. We're gonna talk quick NBA. I'm a Nuggets fan. I think I've said that numerous times on this show. I am nervous. I'm not. You know what? My nerves are gone. I guess my expectations have lowered immensely over the last, I don't know, probably month and a half. Russell Westbrook blowing the smoke. He smokes a layup to win the game against the T-Wolves. He could have pulled it out and just ran the clock out and maybe gone to the foul line. That's another conversation for a different time. And then he does it the next night. It's like, okay, whatever. Like I like Russ. I've always liked Russ. I've always thought he's been he's a veteran. He's a true veteran at this point. Still crazy athletic. I mean, Russell Westbrook back in OKC 2020 game. I mean, people don't do that. He did that. That's crazy. Sure, it was a little bit of stat padding. Sure. But the Nuggets are they have, my expectations have lopped. Like, if they make the playoffs, that'd be awesome. They're tied or in the 4th spot right now, and I think there are 3 or 4 games left in the season. We're going to the final week. If they lose all 4 or maybe even 3, they go into the play-in game. That's how tight of a race this is between, I think it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. OKC's got 1. They've had 1 for the last 2 months, maybe even 3 months. But if the Nuggets fall, I mean, it is ridiculous. I thought I saw it earlier, but I mean, it is absolutely crazy. Again, I'm not like a basketball. Like, yeah, I'm a basketball guy, but can I fucking see the conferences? How the fuck do I do this, ESPN? But you know what? Whatever. Look it up for yourself. Regardless, what I'm saying is Jokic is, I don't care. You know what? At this point, since we're not going to win the championship, I just wanted him to get the MVP. I saw the odds today on some sports book on Instagram, whatever they posted. It's like Shai Gilgeous is minus 750 to win the MVP right now, and Jokic is plus 1,500. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I think the Nuggets would not be even in the play-in game if Jokic wasn't in the MVP race. Now, you could look at OKC and be like, Shai's kind of guided this entire thing. He's kind of put them even more on the map than they were before. Favorites to win the finals right now. I think they're at plus 115. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. Lakers are looking kind of scary. I'm never going to count out Braun again in the playoffs, especially since he has Luka now. Now, you do have to have a little more than just 2 players, but Austin Reeves is hooping like a motherfucker. So that's kind of scary too. Who else? I'm shocked the Clippers are in it. On the East, it's like Celtics, Cavs, not the Sixers. Sixers are dead. Who knows if Joel Embiid will even fucking play again. But yeah. I really don't know. We'll do some more when we get into the playoffs and get the actual seedings and all that kind of stuff. Maybe look at the play-in game. We'll talk some things out. We'll definitely talk some things out because I'm not in the loop at the moment. I just had my fucking socks rocked off on this college basketball game. So yeah. Now what I want to finish with. The thing I've been looking forward to for probably 2 or 3 weeks, probably more than that, mid-February. You see the first tweet go out or the first Instagram post, like, Masters is 45 days away. It's Masters week. It is Masters week. The app. You're going to have to, if you're watching this, if you're a golf fan, if you're not a golf fan, whatever, I highly encourage you to get into at least the majors, like the Masters. Probably, if not the most entertaining golf you'll see the rest of the year. Download the app. You can watch anyone on there. You can watch each group. You can watch everything. You can watch range sessions now, which is fucking outrageous. Just a joy to watch. That's all I literally have that written down. Just a joy to watch. It starts Thursday. I mean, you got practice rounds going into the week. You know, there's the family day. There's the practice day. There's an invitation only kind of day. But it's just a joy to watch. The Masters is amazing. It's just calming. You crack the window, you turn it on the TV, and you're just like, maybe take a little cat nap in between. Wake up. Started on the first grouping. Wake up and that first grouping's on 10, 11. Feel refreshed. Let me finish this bad boy. That kind of shit. Let's talk odds. I know I'm going to miss some names down here. These are the odds right now in a sports book that have the odds, for them to win the Masters. Scotty's obviously the favorite, plus 400. Rory's plus 650. John Rahm, Morikawa, Xander, 1,300 to 1,800. Bryson, who I like a lot, plus 2,000. Ludwig Oberg, one of the prettiest swings in golf, in my opinion. Plus 2,200. He balled out last year. Justin Thomas, plus 2,500. Brooks Koepka, plus 3,000. Minwoo Lee, who just won a major a month ago, something like that, plus 6,000. Tom Kim's kind of a sneaky one. Plus 10,000. Phil Mickelson, which he'd have to get hot, plus 11,000. And Dustin Johnson, who's also a previous winner, plus that's got to be 13,000, not 1,300. So yeah, there's always gonna be an amateur somewhere in there that's gonna make the cut because they have that special thing in Augusta. I also like Victor Hovland. I don't know what it is about him. He, in my mind, is a wild card. He's a wild card. I think he could play great at this course. He's a fucking long play. He hits the shit out of the ball, which plays to his favor. I made a parlay though, so let me bounce this off you real quick. Scotty to make the top 5, Morikawa to make the top 10, Bryson DeChambeau to make the top 5, Oberg to make the top 10, and Brooks Koepka to make the top 5. I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it by any means. I know those are some big names right there that all need to play really well. $10 wins you almost $3,000. Not bad. In my opinion, that is not bad at all. I mean, $10. I mean, those are some big names. There's a lot of pressure on Scotty. You'd imagine he'd finish at least top 10. Morikawa, he's a good iron player. He's going to hit the shit out of the ball. He's going to play his kind of game. Maybe finish around 3 or 4 under on the first day. In my mind, Bryson DeChambeau is the favorite to win this right now. I saw some stat 2 months ago. Certain age, certain handicap at the moment, certain way he's been playing, the distance, speed. I mean, it's all coming together for Bryson. I really like Bryson at plus 2,000. Oberg, make the top 10. I feel like that's doable. He's probably going to float around that 13-14 range in my mind, just based off his last year performance and kind of the way he's just playing this year. And then Brooks Koepka. I mean, he's the most decorated, maybe now not anymore, behind Scotty. Him and Scotty are the most decorated major tour winners right now. So, I mean, I like Brooks. I kind of want Brooks to win it. Brooks deserves it, I think. I think Bryson is right in that sweet spot right now. I like Tom Kim for some reason. I think he's just gonna fuck around and shoot 6 under on the first day and then just ride into Sunday. Phil, like I said, he'd have to get hot. DJ, it'd be cool if JT won. I'd be okay if Justin Thomas won. I like Justin Thomas. I don't know. Tony Finau, he's always kind of in the mix somewhere. I don't know how he's been playing lately. I like Xander Schauffele a lot too. I think he's a big game kind of player. It's a Saturday night showdown. We got A&M versus Longhorns in A&M in College Station. Arch Manning under control. That's the kind of thing I'm looking at Xander for. Is he gonna be that guy? Is he gonna be under control going into Saturday, going into late Friday, early Saturday morning? Is he going to be in control? Is Arch going to look back there and be like, oh, I'm chilling. I've seen all this before. That's kind of Arch. I know I'm comparing Arch Manning to Xander Schauffele, a professional golfer. Is he under control? He's in the 12th man environment. It's Augusta. Is Arch Manning going to hit this shot? Is Xander going to throw the fuck out of this ball? But realistically, John Rahm, I think, is favored heavily. I mean, plus 1,300, however you want to look at it. I don't know. every clip I see of John Rahm lately, it's a bad shot, and it's him getting frustrated. So I could be way wrong. I'd be cool if Scotty won it all. Going back to back is something I think only Tiger has done. Maybe a couple other people have done, but yeah, Tiger's run is fucking stupid. You go back and watch some of those clips and some of those stats. I mean, it's a look. You want to count rings? You want to count rings? Fine. Jack's got him, but you want to talk pure skill and just being a motherfucker on that golf course. It's Tiger Woods. It's not even close. It's like the basketball conversation. Look, Jordan's got the rings. He was an absolute fucking dog. He was a beast. Talent, skill-wise, size, defense, 1 through 5, prime Braun. 2018 Braun, easy. Anyways, I just turned that into a basketball conversation. No need for that. So yeah, that's my Masters preview. I'm just telling you favorites, who I like. $10 win almost $3,000. I'm probably gonna put it in here soon. Shout out Florida. Shout out Florida. Thanks for a hell of a game. Thank you, Houston and Florida, for a hell of a game. I mean, it was a hell of a game. That first half was brutal, not gonna lie, but that last 12 minutes, probably some of the best basketball I've watched in a very long time. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had a great Final Four. You could not look away from fucking Duke. Duke choked that away. Hell of a basketball season. Hell of a college basketball season. I didn't watch One Shining Moment. I'm probably going to watch it when I get into bed here soon. Just see it on Twitter, like how you see most of my... I see most of my news on Twitter. Sue me. Actually, you know what? Don't sue me. But hell of a fucking game. I can feel my endorphins coming down. I can feel my high coming down. Not literal high, but my high of watching that game, I can feel it coming down. Because that, again, I think that was just back and forth, slug fight. Houston was winning, and they were playing their game, like I said, and Florida said, fuck you, no, you're not. We're going to do it better than you, and we're going to do it at a later time, and period. That's the show. Oh, my goodness. That was intense. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the YouTube. See you in the comments. See on the talk. I gotta set up the YouTube account, but I have to register it I gotta go through Facebook. I gotta get it registered as like a creator account. Shit's not easy, okay? Bear with me. And YouTube comments compared to TikTok comments. Let's not even go down that road real quick. TikTok comments are like, oh, you know what? Like, you're wrong on this. Instagram will be like, you're fucking stupid, bro. You should not be saying this kind of stuff. That is complete TikTok, Instagram comments right there for you. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Whew, it's Masters Week, baby. I 10 to win $3,000. 10 to win $3,000. Next week, talk to you.